Aloha and welcome to our video on water, air, and land resources. In this video, we'll explain why fresh water is a vital resource. We'll recognize the chemical composition of the atmosphere and why it is important to us, and we'll identify several of Earth's important land resources. Fresh water is probably one of our more important resources. We need it for life. It's really critical. We can't have life without access to fresh water. And only less than 1% of the Earth's water is going to be usable. So most of the water is going to be salt water tied up in the oceans. From that, we have some fresh water that's not really usable, and then we'll also have glaciers and ice caps and things of that nature. So we're talking a very small amount of Earth's water is going to be usable, and we need it for life. The big issue when it comes to water is water pollution, and there's two kinds of pollutions that we want to talk about: point and non-point source pollution. Point source pollutions are really easy to find. That's if we have a wastewater treatment plant that's flowing it into a river, if we have a factory with an outflow pipe that's flowing it in, or if we have some kind of a factory or something where we can find where it's coming from. When we know where, it's coming from, that's a point source. And they're easy to fix, they're easy to correct. We can go back and say it's you here, it's there. Non-point are a little bit more difficult. Non-point source pollution is where we don't know where it's coming from. And a lot of times this is caused by what we call runoff. And that's where water runs over the surface after rains and things of that nature. So if we look in the streets, you have rain come down here, it pools in the streets. What does it do? It washes all of the stuff off of the streets and it comes down into the river that way. So we can't go back and find exactly where it's coming from. We kind of know, but it's not something that we can cure easily. The same would happen out in the country with farming in suburbs and things of that. Is anytime you have water that can run over and pick up the pollutant and deposit it, that's going to be this non-point solution. Okay, so let's talk about the atmosphere. The atmosphere is critical because it provides us with the heat that we need to maintain life on the planet. It does this by what we call the greenhouse effect. So we have some of the energy from the sun that comes in, and much like in a greenhouse how it's trapped by the glass, on our planet is trapped by these atmospheric gases. Now, water vapor is going to do most of it. We have an awful lot. That's what our humidity is, and clouds and things of that nature. But we also have this component here, this carbon dioxide. And the carbon dioxide is the one that's getting a lot of notoriety because since 1859 in the Industrial Revolution, we've been putting more and more carbon dioxide out there. Now, we can think of this greenhouse effect as being like a series of blankets. And this one here shows us really nicely what we're talking about is by adding more and more to this carbon dioxide blanket. It's just like if we put more blankets on you, what would happen? You would get warm. And that's how we end up with this whole concept of global warming. We're talking about how we're making this carbon dioxide portion here larger, and in doing so, we're going to make the planet a little bit warmer. And what's going to happen when it gets warmer, we don't know. That's one of the things that makes it kind of scary. Now, the other thing we have to worry about with the atmosphere is that's where we breathe from. So in this cartoon down here, what I'm trying to show you is all of the ways that we are polluting the atmosphere with smog, with exhausts, and things of that nature. The lessons will go into both of these concepts a little bit more in detail, but I just wanted you to see that these are the issues that we have to be aware of when it comes to the atmosphere. Finally, we get to land resources. Land resources, what we're talking about first and foremost is soil, and we'll talk about that in an upcoming unit. We have our forests that also consider here, and you can see that we're clear cutting them down. The problem with the clear cutting down is we're taking away everything. So now we have bare land, water comes down. We learned a little bit about runoff. It's going to take away some of that soil and things of that nature. We have fossil fuels and metals that we have in the land that we're mining away. And mining itself can be a very damaging practice. If you take a look here, you can see these large gaping holes just sculpted into the Earth's surface. So we're getting a little better with repairing these things, with replanting and filling in old mines and things of that nature. But still, we have to be aware that we do have these, and they're finite. They're not an unlimited amount of land resources. So that's it for our video. As always, good luck in your lessons, and we'll see you in the next video.